Hi, welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. My name's Tim. Today we're doing a full walk around video of our 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee Overland. In this video we're going to go around the outside of the car, go through the quality of this vehicle and the paint, and then we're going to go through the inside, look at some of the features that you'll get on this car. Now this is the pride of the Jeep Grand Cherokee range, being the Overland. It's one of the top tiers feature-packed cars. Now, being such a bright sunny day, it will show up all marks, which I'll point out for you, but the other thing it will show up is in this granite crystal metallic paint. Look at the sparkle that we've got going on here. Now this was one of the most popular colours in this vehicle, and it really offsets really well with the chrome around the grille. Being a Jeep, this does have the 7-slot grille in the front. Jeep do that on all their cars because they were actually the first vehicles to ever drive on all 7 continents on Earth. On the side of the headlight around the outside here, we've actually got daytime running lights, and if you look closely you can see there's a little Jeep Wrangler in here as well, which they hide all over their cars. Down here we got fog lights with chrome around the outside, as well as body coloured front parking sensors. We have fitted black and white slimline plates to this car just because we felt it deserved them. Underneath here you've got your adaptive cruise control sensor, but I'll run through that more when we're sitting inside the vehicle as well. Now just the bonnet itself in front of the car, I actually can't see any stone chips, and I thought I saw a couple of marks, but it turned out just to be dust that I wiped off with my hand. So this car so far looks to be in perfect condition. Now looking at the front wheel here, this has got the big 20-inch wheel with a very minor mark here, and a practically new tyre as well, so you won't have to worry about that. Now, this car is fitted with quadrilift suspension. I'll show you how that works later on, but you can actually adjust the ride height of the car, making it a very capable off-road vehicle as well. Colour-coded mirror caps with indicators built into the side, and a bit of chrome trim around the outside with the slimline weather shield genuine leather shields fitted here. Sorry, I tripped over my words there. Chrome door handle with keyless entry. Now I'll just quickly demonstrate that for you. We do have 2 keys with the car here. All you have to do is be within about 1 metre of the door with the key on you, pop it in your pocket, press the button and it will lock. Simply grab the door handle, the car will open and you can jump in. Never have to get the keys out of your pocket or out of your handbag to get in the car. Very handy feature. Privacy glass on the back. Looks like they have tinted the front as well. Moving down here to the next wheel, we'll have a quick look here. I can't see any marks on this, just those very minor ones on the first one. No marks on this wheel. Once again, practically a new tyre as well. And the paint is just glistening in the sunlight here. It looks absolutely beautiful. On the tail lights here, we got the nice big red part which bends around the back with, once again, a chrome accenting. You got your Overland badge down here, as well as rear parking sensors. This car is fitted with a genuine tow bar as well. Nice bit of boot garnish here, and your big Jeep badge, as well as the diesel badge down here, because this is a diesel engine, but I'll cover that more off when we get to the engine bay of the car. On this key here, we do have a button where we can click it twice. It will beep 3 times, which you can't hear on the microphone, just to give you the warning it's opening, and it will open at a slow, smooth pace, revealing the big boot area of this car. This car does have a nice privacy blind as well, sort of hide your belongings in the back. We've got our tow ball tongue just sort of sitting over here, as well as, now Jeeps always do this, you get a nice torch that sort of just clicks in here and is constantly on charge, so you never have to worry about it. In a pinch, you do have a torch handy. Over this side, we've got a 12-volt socket, as well as our subwoofer. This car does have premium sound as well. Being the Overland, it's fully optioned. In here, we've got a nice full-size spare wheel. It looks like it's never been used. And under here, we've actually got a little funnel. That being because these cars are fitted with an anti-theft secondary door inside the fuel filter, which means that they can't have fuel stolen out of them. And if you do need to use a jerry can, you've got that little funnel there to help you out. All you do is press the button down here on the side, beeps 3 times like it did before, and it will close down. If anything does get underneath the path of it, it will sort of feel the resistance and then open back up, so you don't have to worry about your kids' heads either, which is a very good safety feature. The fuel filler cap is on the side here, on the passenger side, which is very good. If you get stuck on the side of the road, say just, you know, the unthinkable happens, you're not going to be standing on the side of the road where the cars are whizzing past you on the freeway. You're going to be on the other side of the car, so you've got a bit of protection there as well. Underneath here, once again, looks like brand new tyres, not 1 mark on the wheel, and I haven't noticed any marks on the paint at all. This car is just in brilliant condition. I will point out that this car has been fitted with aftermarket side steps. I was standing on these just before and they feel very strong and robust, and just, it's got that non-slip grip along here as well, which I put my foot on and I can't even drag my foot across it. It's just got that much grip, which is very good to see. Nice big Grand Cherokee badging here on the side to match the chrome door handles and chrome surrounds around the windows there. Once again, color-coded mirror there with your indicator built into it. Last but not least, we'll look at this last rim. This is the most common rim to see any sort of gutter rushing, but there's none on this wheel. You'd be forgiven for thinking this looks like a brand new car. It's very, very good. Once again, practically new tyre. Now what I'll do, I'll walk around and I'll pop the bonnet of this car and we'll have a look at our German engineered diesel engine. Now this diesel engine does easily tow the 3.5 maximum towing capacity, and it does it very economically as well. These cars have got intelligent rear suspension and a very strong reinforced chassis to really aid with that towing. When you are towing with a diesel Jeep, that's when you're really using the best of it. This car does put out 184 kilowatts and 570 Newton meters of torque. Like I said, towing is what this car does. With a 93 litre fuel tank, you can average around 7.5 litres per 100 Ks, which means out of that tank, you can expect around 1,200 kilometres as a range of fuel. 7 airbags and a 5-star safety rating. I really can't think of a reason not to buy this car. Moving to the interior of our Jeep Grand Cherokee, this is where all the features are. This is where some people would say the magic happens, I guess, but this car is just, it's the most awarded SUV ever, and I'm about to show you why. Over here on the door handle, we got our mirror controls as well as a button which will fold in our side mirrors. Makes it very handy if you do go off-road or if you're parking in a tight space as well. Just down from here, we got full electric window control with child locks. And over here, just behind the steering wheel, I'll turn it, see how best we can see it. We got our headlamp control as well as our fuel release cap. On the door, quickly before I move on, I'll point out this does have memory seat control. So if you've got a couple people that drive the car, you can just set the seat how you want it, jump in, press it number 1, it will move back to perfectly where you want it. No more annoying fiddling with the seats after someone else drives the car. To the steering wheel itself, you've actually got nice leather wrapped steering wheel, including a steering wheel warmer for your hands, which will come in very handy in winter. And on the Overland, you've got a wood grain finish on top as well, which matches the trim around the door and the dash. Don't know how well you can see it on the camera, but it does, it matches and it looks amazing. Big Jeep logo in the middle. To the right here, we got our cruise control settings, and as well as the distance setting for our adaptive cruise control. Just matches the speed of the car in front of you and helps set that distance behind as well. On the left hand side, we've got our buttons which will cycle through all of our menu, displayed in the center of our dash. At the moment, it's set to have a big speed dial as well as show our average fuel consumption. And as you can see here, we've got a quarter tank of diesel, and we're still expected to get another 374 kilometers out of that, averaging 7.7. And we've had one of our sales guys drive this home. He lives about 50 kilometers away. He's driven it home the last 2 days just to get a feel for the car, and he's absolutely loving it. And he's very impressed with the fuel economy as well, because by no means does he just sit on the freeway on the way home. Now driving here, we got our paddle shifters as well, really helps with our towing, and below those you can't see them, but we've got buttons that will help control our volume and skip tracks and all that in our multimedia system. Under here we've got our phone and voice control. Now this car does have full voice control. You can just press the button, tell it what radio station you want to go to, or you can just tell it like the navigation where you want to go, and it does it all for you. Being fully voice controlled just adds to the safety features of this car. Behind here we got one control arm. This has got your indicators on it as well as your front and rear wipers too. Now moving to the center of the car, we've got our master in the middle of our Uconnect system, big touchscreen. While I show you how this works, pay attention to how responsive it is to touch. So at the moment we've got it set to our climate control. We've got it set low on the temperature with full fans because it is quite hot. Today would be the perfect day to press this button and bring up our controls. You've got heated seats, we wouldn't want to use that today, but we've got ventilated seats. So I'm just going to put that on and I'll feel it on my back. There's a fan inside the seat which will circulate the air, and there's little porous holes in the leather seat, which mean that the sweat build-up on your lower back just isn't there, and it just makes for comfortable driving on hot days. Now that feature is in the front 2 seats. In that setting as well, it had the steering wheel warmer too. Moving over to our radio, we've got FM, AM and digital audio band. And then our next button over is our media. This is where we've got full Bluetooth for our phones, and also our SD card and auxiliary ports as well. The controls button is just what I showed you before with our heated steering wheel and seats. Now with the nav, I'll press this and then look how big and clear that screen is with the navigation. It's just, like I said, how quick is it responding? We'll hit phone, brings up everything for your phone as well. And then we'll go to settings, and then you've got all your settings there. So this car, like this media center, does control absolutely everything. It's fantastic. And then just below that, we've got all of our hard controls for our dual zone climate control, which is just what I was showing you before there, but you've got the hard buttons as well. When you're driving, I know I prefer to use the hard buttons so I'm not diverting too much attention away from the road. So just within easy arm's reach, just crank up the fan right there. Below here, you've got your forward mitigation, which you can turn off by pressing this button, and it will turn it off completely, as well as parking sensors and traction control, and your eco button too. Press down here, and we've got a 12-volt socket, a bit of storage, as well as your SD card, USB, and auxiliary port as well. So there are your other media outlets as well that you can use. Now, as I mentioned before with the sub, this car does have a sunroof, and you do get premium sound with that. We'll go through the sunroof in a minute, but I just wanted to once again mention the premium sound system in this car. We've got our T-bar shifter here, which makes it very convenient for shifting through gears. Push down the button, pull it back slowly to go to reverse. Have a look at how clear our reverse camera is. As we twist the wheel, you can actually see that it will project where the car is going to be, which is very handy to have. If you want to go to drive, just pull it all the way back and let go. We're in drive now. It does indicate on the dash what gear you're in, so you never forget. Pop it all the way forward, back in park. So simple to use. I will use this time to point out now we do have a foot release brake for the parking brake, not a hand brake or electric one. It's mechanical, and it's down here, operated with your left leg. 2 cup holders, and here we've got our control for the suspension. Being a 4-wheel drive, you've got hill descent control as well as 4-wheel drive low, and you can just adjust it around for the terrain you're driving on, and it will send the power around accordingly. Very handy. And here is our control for our quadrilift suspension. You've got 3 settings you can actually adjust it to for how high you want the ride height to be, changes your approach angle and everything like that. I'll demonstrate that for you on the outside. You can actually see it go up and down, but there's the control for it right now. Leather wrapped center console. Inside here we've got our CD player, another 12-volt socket, and a deep area to hold things in your center console as well, which is very handy to have. Now I'm going to get our cameraman to pan around the car to show you the quality of the interior, and I'm going to have a quick squeeze through the service history here. The car has only done 26,000 kilometers, so being the fact that it was manufactured as one of the last runs of this car made in August 2015, that I can't imagine there being anything missing from the service history, because it should have only had maybe 2 done. So let's just have a flick through here. I think I missed, oh, there we go. So we had a first service done at 1 done at 10, another one done at 20, and the 30,000 kilometer service has actually already been performed. So it's not due for another service for another 14,000 Ks, which is very good to know for that. I'll just show you as well. We've got our nice leather book as well, which holds onto our service books. And inside the glove box compartment where it sits, there's actually a little shelf for it to go, so it won't be in the way, and you never have to worry about it. It just sort of sits up here, and there you go. You don't have to worry about it. One last thing I'll demonstrate is our sunroof. So we've got our dual panoramic sunroof here, which is very good. It's got a nice thick layer here, which keeps the heat out on a sunny day like today. And all I got to do is hold this button down, and I can set how open I want it as well. So if I just want it in the front, if I've got kids in the back, I can leave it shady on them, and then the front will vent or it will open as well. So when it opens, you get a nice bug catcher as well. Or if you just want to let out heat, you can just open it up and vent it, and I can stick my hand out there. So it is, there we go. Very, very smooth operating sunroof here too. So that's the interior of our car, and I hope you've enjoyed this segment of our video. Now I'm going to demonstrate to you how that quadrilift suspension works. So the buttons that I was telling you that are in the middle, at the moment it's set to the lowest setting, so I'll press that. The next tier will start flashing, and you'll see the car slowly rise up. And when that's complete, I'm going to press it one more time to show you it at maximum height as well. And there really is quite a difference. So I'll press it one more time now, and the car will rise yet again. And I've got a button to adjust it back down as well. And there we go. So it's just finishing up right now, and it should be at its maximum height. Very, very handy for a lot of reasons. Clearance, 4-wheel driving, just everything. It's very, very clear. I know it's been a long video, but thanks for taking the time to watch it and learn about our car. Now, just to recap, perfect condition on the paint, brilliant condition on the inside, full service history with that next scheduled service already being completed, quadrilift suspension, the safety features. I can't think of a reason not to buy this car. So please give us a call on 9907 0555 and one of our friendly staff will be happy to help you with your inquiry.